Okay, calling the meeting to order. I'm Commissioner Murray. I see Commissioner Rourke is here. Two commissioners is a quorum under our rules, so we can go ahead and proceed. For the next agenda item, which was to elect the chair and the vice chair, I move that we continue this item to our next scheduled meeting.
I second that.
Okay, it's moved and seconded that we continue the election of the chair and the vice chair to the next scheduled meeting. Are you ready for the question?
Yes.
Okay, so the question is on the adoption of the motion that we continue election of the chair and the vice chair to the next scheduled meeting. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed say nay. The ayes have it. The motion carries, and the election of the chair and vice chair is continued to the next scheduled meeting. We'll now move on to our period for open public comments. Is there anyone present who would like to make a comment today?
Chair, there's nobody present in the hearing room and nobody has raised their hands, so no comments today.
No comments today. Okay, that's unusual. We haven't had that happen for a while. The next item is approval of the minutes from our November meeting. Is there a related motion?
Yes, I move that the minutes be approved.
Okay, I second that. So it's moved and seconded that we approve the minutes from the November meeting. Are you ready for that question?
Yes.
Okay, the question is on the adoption of the motion to approve the November meeting minutes. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed say nay. The ayes have it. The motion carries, and the November meeting minutes are approved. The next agenda item were presentations on the Open Public Meetings Act, the Public Records Act, the Ethics Code, and Robert's Rules of Order. I move that we continue these items to our next scheduled meeting.
I second that motion.
Okay, it's moved and seconded that we continue these presentations to the next scheduled meeting. Are you ready for the question?
Yes.
Okay, the question is on the adoption of the motion to continue these presentations to our next scheduled meeting. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed say nay. Sorry, I'm distracted. It looks like it's hailing or snowing outside right now. So.
Oh, no.
The ayes have it. The motion carries, and the presentations on the Open Public Meetings Act, the Public Records Act, the Ethics Code, and Robert's Rules of Order are continued to the next scheduled meeting. The next agenda item is consideration of submitted complaints. Regarding complaint number 2025-09, I move that we continue consideration of this complaint to the next scheduled meeting because it concerns an employee of the Superior Court. And I have recused myself from considering it because I'm an active attorney who practices before that court, which leaves us without a quorum for this matter.
I second that motion.
Okay, it's moved and seconded that we continue consideration of complaint number 2025-09 to the next scheduled meeting. Are you ready for the question?
Yes.
The question is on the adoption of the motion to continue consideration of complaint number 2025-09 to the next scheduled meeting. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed say nay. The ayes have it. The motion carries, and consideration of complaint number 2025-09 is continued to the next scheduled meeting. So we'll now go into executive session to consider complaint numbers 2025-10 and 2026-01. The executive session will be for 15 minutes, so we'll return at 2:50.
Right. Sounds good.
All righty. I'm sorry, were you waiting for Katie still? Or okay.
I'm sorry, Commissioner, were you speaking to me?
Yeah, I wasn't sure. Katie, are you here?
I am.
Okay. All right. So we're back for discussion of complaint number 2025-10. This complaint was filed by Bob Williamson. Mr. Williamson alleges that Duncan Haas, the Chief Civil Deputy of the Clark County Sheriff's Office and a member of the Clark County Charter Review Commission, displayed himself in uniform next to a sheriff's office vehicle on the website for his private business. The complaint also alleges that Mr. Haas told staff members to look for his name on the ballot, presumably related to his candidacy for the Charter Review Commission. The complaint alleges that this conduct violated Clark County Human Resources Policy 13.2 and RCW 42.06.250. So as we generally note in our meetings, we determine one of two things in our initial review of an ethics complaint: either that the allegations in the complaint do not constitute an ethics violation, or that there is sufficient cause to warrant an investigation. We've previously observed that sufficient cause exists when a reasonable person with knowledge of all the facts set forth in the complaint would conclude that the complaint describes conduct that may violate one or more ethical rules. The ethical rules we consider are those adopted in Clark County Code Section 2.07.010. Specifically, Title 42 of the Revised Code of Washington and Clark County Human Resources Policy 13.1. Those are both readily available online, and they're available on our commission's webpage. So I note that RCW 42.06.250 would be within our purview, but Human Resources Policy 13.2 is not. Generally speaking, human resources policies that are not within our purview must be addressed through other county procedures over which this commission has no authority. But as defined within the rules that we consider, an ethics violation generally involves the use of a public position for personal gain. So as I said, the commission does not have authority to enforce Human Resources Policy 13.2. However, Policy 13.1 provides that unethical behaviors are those in which the professional role is used to pursue a personal interest. Further, an employee may not use his or her position to secure special privileges or exemptions for himself, herself, or others, nor shall he or she be influenced by or act upon the basis of any personal or non-job related influence or interest, financial or otherwise. There are additional portions of Policy 13.1 that may apply to the conduct described in this complaint. There is no current statute numbered RCW 42.06.250. Perhaps that reference in the complaint was a typo or some such thing. But I also would like to caution the public that using artificial intelligence platforms to identify the law frequently leads to this type of mistake. So I encourage people to always verify that any laws that they want us to consider or that they identify as potentially applicable actually exist. However, I do also note that RCW 42.52.070 provides that, except as required to perform duties within the scope of employment, no state officer or employee may use his or her position to secure special privileges or exemptions for himself or herself, or his or her spouse, child, parents, or other persons. RCW 42.52.160 prohibits state officers and employees from using any property under the officer's or employee's control or direction or in his or her official capacity for the private benefit or gain of the officer or employee. And under RCW 42.52.180, no state officer or state employee may use or authorize the use of facilities of an agency, directly or indirectly, for the purpose of assisting a campaign for election of a person to an office or for the promotion of or opposition to a ballot proposition. And under this statute, facilities include but aren't limited to the use of stationery, postage, machines, and equipment, use of state employees of the agency during working hours, vehicles, office space, publications of the agency, and clientele lists of persons served by the agency. So because a reasonable person with knowledge of all the facts set forth in this complaint could conclude that the complaint describes conduct that may violate one or more of these ethical rules, today I would vote in favor of any motion to rule that sufficient cause exists to warrant an investigation of this complaint. Commissioner Rourke, do you want to discuss this further?
No, I think you did a very good summary of the issues here, and I would move that we, see if I can say this correctly, that we move this forward to an investigation. Is that correct? Move this
Generally, we
issue.
rule that sufficient cause exists to warrant an investigation.
Sufficient cause exists to warrant an investigation.
Okay, I'll second that motion. It's moved and seconded that we rule that sufficient cause exists to warrant an investigation of complaint number 2025-10. Are you ready for the question?
Yes.
The question is on the adoption of the motion to rule that the complaint, that sufficient cause exists to warrant an investigation of complaint number 2025-10. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those aye, sorry. Those opposed say nay. Okay, the ayes have it. The motion carries and the commission rules that sufficient cause exists to warrant an investigation of this complaint. So the county will conduct an investigation and will consider the county's investigation report in due course. We'll now move on to discuss complaint number 2026-10. This was filed by Sharon Ladd. Ms. Ladd's complaint raises a large number of very disturbing allegations, and I sympathize with Ms. Ladd regarding what she's experiencing. However, the issues raised are not ethical in nature. So I'll vote for any motion today to rule that the allegations in this complaint do not constitute an ethics violation. Commissioner Rourke?
Yes, I would move that this complaint, there is not sufficient cause to have an investigation.
All right, I'll second that motion. So it's, as I understand the motion, it's moved and seconded that we rule that the allegations in the complaint number 2026-01 do not constitute an ethics violation. Are you ready for the question?
Yes.
Okay, the question is on the adoption of the motion to rule that the allegations in complaint number 2026-01 do not constitute an ethics violation. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed say nay. Okay, the ayes have it. The motion carries, and the commission has ruled that the allegations in complaint number 2026-01 do not constitute an ethics violation. Does anyone else have anything for the good of the order today?
Commissioner Katie Jolma, for the record, I'd just like to take a moment to introduce myself for the good of the order, that I will be assisting you all with your legal representation as far as from the Clark County Prosecuting Attorney's Office in the Civil Division, and that I look forward to working with you all. And then also just to say that the presentations that have been moved to the next meeting were intended as a light refresher for both of you, and also as a warm welcome to the new commissioner who will be starting soon.
Excellent. We're really glad to have you on board, Katie, and we look forward to those presentations.
Thank you.
One more, if I may. Amber Smith, Civil Deputy Prosecuting Attorney. To go off of what Ms. Jolma has stated for you, I just wanted to say thank you for the opportunity to have worked with you this last year with this committee and moving things forward. I know you'll be in excellent hands with Katie moving forward as we have transition and work assignments, and it has absolutely been a pleasure to work with you. So thank you.
Thanks, Amber. We've enjoyed working with you too. Good luck wherever your next venture leads you.
Exactly.
All right. With that, then we can adjourn. Thanks, everybody. Enjoy what's left of winter, and we'll see you when we meet again.
Thank you. Goodbye, everyone.